What's up, you guys? Alright, so I'm gonna start off with SPX and the NASDAQ. I want to do an update of yesterday. Yesterday, we were stuck in these boxes right here. These four candles. See, you got this section right here, and then you got this section right here. I was mentioning around over here that I think I started recording around. I normally start recording around this time. And right here, I think this 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. So right here, so you think about it emotion wise, right? You, as a regular Trader Joe, you're doing all your trend lines, your pattern candles, and all this shit, right? And you know there's a trend right here, and it was important for this market to stay above this trend, whatever. The same trend that we closed on, but we got saved with Biden, I believe. Let me check. Actually, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. The first one was this one. Biden saved us right here. Watch, I'll show you. There you go. We look how perfectly we closed last week on this trend line, which was important to go because that's the current trend line that we were on. We got saved. Earnings expecting good. Of course not. And then this time I said it's gonna be the real one if it goes back down. It was a real one. We smashed through it. After we got to this area right here, I told the homie, yo, we're gonna go down and we're gonna test this trend line, which we fucking did. Now from right here, I knew that we still wanted to now pass this trend line. We wanted to be above this trend line because this trend line has been here since October. All the way down there. All the way down there. All the way down there. Here. So all the way down here. God damn, I said I'm watching monthlies. Is that really monthlies? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah, it is. Okay, cool. So anyways, let me take this off. Alright, so right here we were trying to save that trend line that I just pointed out. Because it's very important for these markets, traders, analysis to keep above this trend because they see this trend, they visually see this trend. So I know that it's doing that because of this. So anyways, right here, I was saying, hey, we need, first of all, we need to hold this box till 11:45, 12:30. 11:45, 12:30, we want to be around this area so we can continue going up. If we keep getting rejected below this blue line, I don't just fucking say blue line for a fucking reason. Below the moment we start closing below this blue line, it's gonna be dumping. We're gonna start dumping. So here we have 11, 10, 9. So it is nice. So right here, again, the fact that we close here at 10, which is a 4 candle, we close a 4 candle at 10. Close the 4 at 10. before we're at 10. So anyways, I wonder how that shit works. Before it kind of continue. 10. Well, from 10 to 2, that's right there. So anyways, and then right here, so this is 11, 12. This, you see how they wanted to go above and they closed right there? Because this was the goal. The goal was to be here above 11:45. So if we were below this blue line right here at 11:45 to 12:30, we're gonna start dumping. As you can see, we start dumping. And then I said, if once we start dumping to, just remember that we have important data tomorrow at 5:30. All of them were gonna come out 5:30, so it's gonna be a big move, and it was gonna be an easy one because they were all together. You just gotta wait after they settle down to go back in on a buy or sell when it really confirms. So, and I say pay attention to, because that time I reversed though, it's gonna be between 3 or 4 o'clock because the data is gonna come at 5:30. So obviously, an hour and a half, an hour before, it's gonna start rising, anticipating the good move. So now we here see 12 o'clock, and remember we close this 12-hour candle at 2. 12 o'clock, 1. Like it seems we're gonna go back, and look what happens. We close right here 2. And 2 is making you seem like, oh yeah, we're going to start continue going up because we're going to close here at 2. And then from 2, continue going up and so on, so whatnot. We'll see what happens. 15-minute candle. Here, 15-minute candle. Here comes 1:30, 1:45. And then the last minute, 2. So all this is telling me, okay, we're gonna go dumping throughout the day. But just remember that in an hour or so, we're gonna start going back up. So if anything, in my mind I'm thinking it's either gonna get so stuck to this area right here, or it's gonna dump down here in this region, and as we close to 3 or 4, it's gonna go back up. And you have 3, 3:30, 4. So see, you see how I was maintaining this whole time right here. Inside this box, there's a box right here. That's why you see the green, gray. This green area is a box right here. It's just stretch out. I'm not gonna fucking bring in and do all that shit. See it right there. So the fact that it was creating support right there, I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but it's fucking, it makes sense to me. It doesn't make sense why the market would keep on dumping throughout the night, when it's really expecting for this data, to really hoping for the data to be good. So it's not gonna fucking keep dropping throughout the night. It's gonna get stuck to this area right here. And here we have 4 o'clock. We're shooting on up, and then here we come. And notice how as we close the data, shoots on up. That was good. If not, if it was bad, it would have held that area, just wick up here very easily, and then start going back down if it was bad data. Okay? So the fact that it did this and it held this for all that time, from 5:30 till 6:30 when the market finally opened, but the market opened in bad. But no, just notice the drop. Notice how, yeah, it was bad, but when I saw this right here, because again, 7:45 to 8:30 is the time you want to pay attention, because that's when the market tends to recover. So when I saw this go back inside of here, inside the box, that's when I told the homie, hey, right here, I told him, hey, go for a buy, or it's gonna continue, it's gonna go on up, it's gonna shake off the data from last week. And then this data that we got, which was the GDP inflation bullshit, is gonna be the whole, hey look, even though data from yesterday and blah 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 blah, inflation seems like it's good and da 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 da. So you're gonna see that, and that's what happened. You see this fucking crazy burst, right? And we're above the trend line, so all this making sense, because that's what we want to do. We want to. Anyways, so then the next area to pay attention to would be this area, didn't really have, you did have your main stop loss. Watch. So if I was looking at this, I would have said, hey, I'm gonna take my stop loss here because we have a hard weekly resistance area right here. This should be blue actually. Alright, so the fact that you did go to there, that's what I end up taking my profits. I was taking my profits right here. Also because it's too early and you don't want to go with the ride and just keep on going with it, and that's what a lot of people do. That they'll just let the ride go, and then next hour come and it'll fuck them over. So, anyways, and then when I see it, I didn't see it, but till like later. I think around 9 o'clock. I think I saw this, and when I saw that, I was like, "Oh, that looks bad," because what you really wanted, you wanted to close up here and bullshit up here in this region, and maybe dip down to this region, especially above this weekly area right here. It's a strong, important weekly right here, an important area, whether it be, first of all, because it's a monthly. That's what we closed last month. See? And then you can also see the resistance right there. You see how it starts right there? So all they was telling me, hey, look, if we go up, there's a resistance right here, so I'm going to take my profits right here because now I continue going on up. On top of that, it's still early, yada, 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 yada. So the fact after I took my profits, did I see this? I wouldn't go in for a buy or anything after that or not whatnot because that's not looking healthy. Also because you have a 10-hour this forward candle closes at 10. So the fact that we had this big drop and it's still hanging right here below all this shit is what scared me. Going in a sell whatnot, but seeing how I have no data, I have no earnings really, or if they do, they're smaller ones, so I don't know how they're gonna react really to the market. I would just leave it. Once I saw it fucking break down, that's when I knew, okay, we're gonna just go on down. It was a fake down, and the market's gonna start saying whatever the market's gonna say why we went down. So yeah, and after it was going down all day, I was just hoping that it would do this, which makes sense because tomorrow we still have data. So it's not like the market, it wouldn't make sense for the market to stay in this area right here and just keep on dumping when there wasn't nothing crazy or whatever, whatnot. It's just the market being the market. And again, okay, so now back to where we are right now. 11:45 to 12:30 is the price to pay attention to. And you see the volatility. You see how there's no pattern, really. Look, you have this. You don't really have a pattern. That's no pattern. Pattern. This is nice. This is nice. This is nice. This is nice. See, so see how it's all over the place. You can't really. That's how it tells you how uncertain the market is. And see right here, that's what they use this shit right here, I believe, so they can show you. First of all, there's a lot of volatility, and second of all, so you can't really analyze it that good, really, besides using the indicators or whatnot. Seeing how we're rejecting this price right here, and we're mostly gonna go down, but again, 11:45, 12:30. It's too early right now. So something this bitch would do, it could do this. It seems like it's going down. It's gonna get stuck here, and if it does, you're gonna see a 11:45. First of all, because we're below a weekly, and we want to be above this weekly. So we may see dumping right now, but if by 11:45 we start going back in this region. 11:30, 11:45, 12:30. That's telling me that we're gonna go for this throughout the night. One, because it's gonna be our last chance to get that good data and close either close or above the weekly, which is very, 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 very important. Otherwise, we're gonna get stuck. We're gonna get stuck here in this region. 11:45, 11:30 gonna come, 45, and you're gonna start seeing a dump. 12 o'clock, it's most likely gonna get down here, unless at 12 o'clock, 12:30, we push enough and we go for this move right here, which we could possibly do, especially how volatile we are, especially how we got data coming up tomorrow. And if we do break, the area to pay attention to would be what is this? Not. So even though it's looking like this right now, we'll still try to have 2 hours. So this makes sense to me. That'll create support right here, and then go up and try for one more time, and close here at 2 in the morning, and try and bullshit and struggle here in the region, maybe volatile, and then because we have data at 5:30, and that's it. We don't got no earnings or nothing. So this data gonna be our last hope. If from there on, the market's gonna continue going where the fuck is going after 5:30. But this is the goal. This is the goal for this week. For this morning, for everything, this is the goal. That's why it's so stuck in this region. That's why it's doing this. Otherwise, we could have kept on dumping. There's no reason for why the market went down because it was oversold or whatever the fuck you want to tell you. No, it's doing this because, again, it's the United States. We want to look good. We want to look strong. But yeah, that's why we want to do this shit. And that's what I say it's gonna do. That's what I think is gonna happen. We're gonna try to get right here, 11:45, 12:30. We're gonna go for it. Most likely close here at 2. And struggle. 5 o'clock, 5:30 going up. Or if we continue where we are, we're gonna end up there's your 12-hour candle. Yeah, that's the goal. That's what it wants to do. It wants to hold here to going up, or also then hold here, and then you see how hard it's been stuck in this area right here, or how these candles are. That's letting me know that if we maintain below these candles right here and don't shoot above here, if we're not here above this green line, 12:45, 11:30, 11:45, 12:30, we're gonna start going back down. And if anything, we could see at, if we're down here at 1 o'clock, we could then try to then going up, close here at 2, and then 2, 3, and 4 struggle in this area right here. If not, if we're going down, if it's 12 o'clock and we're getting closer to 12:45, 1 o'clock, and it's still in this lower region, then we're gonna get stuck here at 2, and then most likely just bullshit here. I don't really see it keep dropping after that. And if anything, dropping to here in this region, maybe weakening here, and then going back up 3 and 4. Because it's a perfect area to go down 1 or 2, 3 hours, bullshit, go back up, or bullshit here, 2, 3 hours up here and bullshit and blah 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 blah. Alright, that's all for SPX. Let me now go for the NASDAQ. Same shit because they all copy each other, but just different boxes. And this one is not on the box, it's actually reverse bouncing off from this box. The box is right here. Bring it in. this one does. Oh yeah, it does. It's over here probably. Come on, where the fuck are you at? Oh yeah. There we go. That makes more sense. Alright. Alright. So, let me see this. So right here, NASDAQ. So you can see right here when we went up, you see how we have nothing like this. We have nothing like special like this. This is what you really want. So when the market goes down, you know it's gonna stop here in this region. Whereas this, it doesn't have that. Like, cause we're in a all-time high range right here, right? Cause the all-time high was right there. This was the new one where I said, hey, they're tricking us. See, this right here, you guys, was the market was screaming right here. The market was saying, hey, this is a peak for the market. Is this it? Is this, look how it dropped, look how much it dropped, and look where we were. Oh shit, this is in the market. We're down to the 2024 all-time high in March. Da 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 da. Next thing you know, dun dun dun. So again, this could be right here too, especially because we broke this weekly line, or we're about to hit a weekly line. So for me, it'll make sense for the market to be scary, and right we went to get this point right here when we start saying that this if the market gonna go down, da da da, it's just a correction that we had, and then continue going on up with this move on the side, keep bullshitting on the side and going up, or it's gonna really indicate to us that there is maybe this month and a half we're gonna have more bear market, especially if we break this trend line in the NASDAQ, and it's gonna mean that we're gonna keep dropping, and this is gonna be our next stop if we do drop this trend line right here. And from here we should be bouncing up and trying one more time, and if we do, then we're gonna start hearing about the bull market is back on this and that. Alright, so let me focus on this right now. There to pay attention to is this area right here. Notice how it came down, created support right there, and we're now in between this area and this area right here. Alright, so it's very important. There's gonna be a key area to pay attention to. I could put a box in it, but I'm not going to. Seeing how, what I'm going to do though, I'm gonna go down and see where's the resistance. We have one right here and one down here. Since all these are blues, I know these blues are gonna be weak, but I'm still gonna mark them down. From this blue to right here. Where is it? Oh, the blue from here. Okay. And then I'll just stretch it out. I'll put it blue. And then I know from this weekly to this yellow is gonna be it's another one, but I'll just totally confused. I'll leave it by itself. There's an 8-hour candle. Alright, that's gonna be a pointer right there. See how it gets stuck in this region right here. You see how so this line was already here, and this one was already here too. So notice how all this telling me is creating support, and it's gonna go for this. This is what this telling me in this 1-hour candle. So seeing how you see how it's telling you SPX is gonna create support in that region and then start going back up, and that makes sense to me. That's confirming the NASDAQ is confirming that too, especially how it's looking. Just look how it's looking, beautiful. So it's gonna go for that. It's gonna go for the 11:45, 12:30 wanna be right here, especially 11:45. And by 11:45 we start retracing, and we get back in here 11:45, 12:30. We're gonna start going back down, and again, I don't see it falling through a whole night. If anything, fall down here 3 or 4, go back up and try for it, or 12:45, 11:45, 12:30 in this region. We're gonna want to close here at 2 in the morning. Bullshit here most likely, and then wait for 5:30 to go on up. But seeing how scared we are, you never know. And then since it's so volatile, you can't. And that's what I mean by that. It's, you see how they're also all over the place. It's not. It doesn't have a beautiful, nice pattern to it. It's very volatile. It's very all over the place, and that's what they wanted. But yeah, so that's it for you guys. I'm gonna fucking keep you guys bullshitting whatever. Alright, this is Brian Seacrest signing out.